All right, ladies and gentlemen, in case you haven't been following, the Brexit ordeals involving Britain exiting the United Kingdom or the EU, I apologize, is bringing a lot of financial stress, including most, if not every, major market is in a downfall. And let me explain why. It only takes a couple of seconds. Britain is one of the world's oldest solid economies, or thereabouts. It has one of the oldest national banks, and it holds one of the major keys to the world table. So when Britain decides to do something on a large scale, what you can really visualize this is I look at it as a checkers game. And basically, you have one national bank that controls, we'll say 80% of the world, just so we have the right figures, pulling itself from a market that holds a combined total of probably 30% of the world. And basically, everybody's not too happy with Britain for doing this, but it's actually better for Britain in the end that they get out of the EU, because what it'll happen is it'll actually allow the EU to either collapse in on itself and then Britain can come in and help, or more than likely, it'll cause EU to make better sanctions to where Britain can come back later stronger than it was and currently is now. So I've seen this on C-SPAN, I've seen this on CNN, I've seen this on several different sources, and to each his own on this. My source is Second Nexus. I think they have 2 or 3 other sources along with this, and it basically says global markets in chaos, Dow plummets over Brexit vote. And this is absolutely correct. This is what's really going on in the news today, folks. This is going to hurt a long list of people. This also comes from The Guardian, The New York Times, so you know that this is mostly top shelf information. Traders worldwide, ladies and gentlemen, I looked at Chinese stocks, Japanese stocks, just about any major player you can think of has actually fallen quite a good sum today. And the reason this is that you have the UK government, which basically is the UK bank. Let's just put it in the banking terms, pulling from about 24 other banks, which are much smaller than them, which rely on the British system a lot more. And so it's causing every trading, every business that operates globally and or locally with that system to come unhinged. So that's why the market is in such chaos right now. I'm more than certain most people are pulling their money just so they don't see it drop, 40%. And in a couple weeks, we'll probably see this go back up. But anyways, amid fears the vote would trigger an economic recession in Britain and have global spillover effects. That's basically what I'm thinking it'll have. The Dow Jones opened more than 400 points down, and the pound sterling to a 31-year low after investors initially had brought up the pound and British banking shares after opinion polls had predicted a win for the Remain camp. With the first few minutes of trading Friday morning, FTSE 100 fell more than 8%. Remember, they're supposed to close if it falls more than 7%. They didn't for one reason or another, which is really shady. It was the FTSE's biggest fall since the 2008 collapse, so this is big, folks, of the U.S. investment bank Lehman Brothers, so that's a big problem, folks. The market has since recovered some of the losses as the UK government officials stepped in to quell fears. Piers Hiller, Chief Investment Officer, the Royal London Asset Management, is persistent citing Spectre of prolonged economic uncertainty on a background morning result. We expect the UK will fall into a recession. So that's basically where they're going. Unfortunately, I see an unstable market considering or conditions lasting from between 3 to 5 years, whilst new trade agreements are drawn up, among others. So you guys see that. Sorry, I got one of my kitties that's bothering me right now. But Mark Carney, governor of the Bank of England, attempted to allay fears in the market turmoil in televised statements, saying that inevitably there would be a period of uncertainty and adjustments would follow as a result. But we are certain that we are well prepared for this. The bank will not hesitate to take additional measures as required as markets adjust to the new UK economy and moving forward. The political fallouts have also begun. Prime Minister David Cameron, who is widely criticized for having proposed the referendum to protect his own political fortunes, then unsuccessfully led campaign to remain and announced he would step down in October, basically saying, I will do everything I can as Prime Minister to steady the ship over the coming weeks and months. Cameron said, but I do not think it would be right for me to try to captain the steers of our country to its next destination. And I read another source altogether, ladies and gentlemen, that actually said David Cameron will not be resigning. So I don't believe Cameron would resign. So I don't believe he's going to. And this could be something that would cause another 2008 collapse. So if you got savings, I suggest you, handle it. Thank you.